Hey everybody, welcome back to Late Call with Cajun and the Cheesehead. I have to apologize quickly. uh, when we were recording all the game recaps for week 6, I was adjusting audio settings, did not realize that I completely fucked up Zach's audio settings. And I suppose that's the trouble. Obviously, this is the first time we're really trying out something. We're definitely amateurs at this, and we're learning as we're going. I especially am learning it as I'm going, as I'm trying to edit these episodes and edit, making sure that the audio works, the video works, et cetera, et cetera. And we're having, some technical difficulties. It should be fixed now. We should be good to go. So I thoroughly apologize for having shitty audio for Zach this last week. But if you could actually hear him, we actually have really
Yeah,
good segments this week to talk about. Uh,
it's kind of funny because we had a few comments that I was too loud,
yeah,
and it actually wasn't Kyle trying to overcompensate. I don't think it was just like legitimately just a fuck up, right?
yeah. I
So
just honestly just pushed a wrong button somewhere and just completely
yeah,
cut your audio down. I'm like, shit.
it is funny though because it's like Zach's too loud, and you're like, well, I'm gonna fix that. So
Well, it's hopefully fixed now. Uh, you know, we do have some cool, kind of interesting topics to go for a late call this week and everything. And I know you texted me actually earlier today, and you said that you had a rant to go on, and I would actually love to hear what your rant is.
a little mini rant, I guess, and I kind of alluded to it on an episode that you can't hear, but the Yahoo stuff, Yahoo game, the London game being on Yahoo, I, I flat out do not like it. So I know the defense to it is, oh, it's a little bonus game or whatever. It probably wouldn't be nationally broadcast anyway. Well, the first one was, and I think the third one's going to be. So I don't really feel like that argument holds. That's a really good argument,
Yeah.
personally. And it worked great. You get up a little earlier or whatever you want to watch it. But all right, so let's say that we're taking it from you. It's a bonus game. It's only on Yahoo. The people that have NFL packages get that feed. I'm assuming you would. Maybe I don't know. I've never
I would
this has
hope
never
so.
happened before. But it's kind of a big fu to the home teams,
Yeah.
like the home fans. Like they can't even watch it on like their local affiliate. They have to watch it on Yahoo. Is that how it works? Because from my understanding, Yahoo's the only one broadcasting the game. So like, if I was like if the Saints were playing in London and that's how I'd have to watch the game, that's bullshit. I don't like that at all, and it sets a dangerous precedent. Like I know most people don't really care about this game, and probably wouldn't care to watch it anyways. But is this gonna happen later games? Like cable is still like the whole point of cable is live sports, honestly. Like at this point, like, and I know it's like it's Back to the Future Day, right? When we're recording this, and so we're not so far into the future that this is an obsolete technology yet. People want to watch stuff on TV. They don't want to watch it have to get their laptop out. And I'm gonna quote American treasure Richard Nixon in a tongue in cheek there, by the way. But he had a dispute back in the '60s or early '70s, maybe, when he was the president, and it was over the NFL blackout policy, and they used to black out every home game, playoff games included. It was a lot worse than than it is now. I think it actually was, but work out a deal, and he basically he flat out said the folks should be able to watch the goddamn games on television. And you know what? At least on this one statement, Nixon was definitely right. We should be able to watch games on TV.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to get our laptop out and boot it up, get an internet connection. No, I should be able to just turn my TV on and boom, there it is. Like especially like if there is no local broadcast to watch this for your home team, I would be completely outraged.
Oh,
You
definitely,
know,
I would be too.
so I think it's a dangerous precedent, and I get maybe like if you're using it as a supplementary thing, like NBC plays it on their stream and it's on TV, and I'm fine with that. That's great because a
Yeah.
lot of people don't necessarily have cable; they do have internet, but I think there's more people, use use cable to watch live sports than anything else.
Yeah,
So
I definitely agree. If majority of people are just gonna go straight to their TV to watch it, I know
like
hypothetically,
who wants to huddle around a laptop or try to get
yeah,
it hooked up to, especially like older people. This is like really inconvenient to someone
yeah,
that's not tech savvy.
that
Like it's like half the fan base right there.
that's actually a really good point because that's what I was gonna about to say. If hypothetically this like my home team or like just or maybe not even my home team, just a team I want to watch is through the Yahoo stream. If I really wanted to, I can bring my laptop over to my TV, have an HDMI cable. I can put in the HDMI cable, connect the laptop to my TV, and put it to the TV. But the reason I have to do that is because if I'm gonna watch football, I want to watch it on my damn TV. As you just said it,
Right.
I don't want to have everybody huddled around a computer screen and try to watch it through there. I want to watch it on my, people are go out there and buy 50-inch TV screens every day, mostly to watch
I'm
sports.
I'm pretty sure the Super Bowl is what sells the most TVs.
Exactly.
Like Super Bowl Sunday, it's like the big cliche in sitcoms, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to this guy's house because he just bought the big TV.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
and it dates back to like 70s sitcom, 60, like as old as the Super Bowl as old as this like little trope is of let's go to the guy's house with the biggest TV screen.
Exactly. And no one wants to huddle around. I mean, you're not gonna invite a party of people to come watch this game and huddle around a computer to watch it or anything. And I guess that's what I'm kind of getting at is that like I don't. For me personally, it's not like a huge inconvenience, but that's just one guy. This is a
Right.
huge inconvenience for a lot of people, and even
Right.
if it's not an inconvenience, it still just feels like an inconvenience just to watch it. And I don't think it was a good idea. And honestly, I think the biggest reason why they did it is because Yahoo must have paid him a shit ton of money. I don't know where
Oh
Yahoo
yeah,
got this money from because obviously Google is the like pretty much a monopoly of search engine. So I don't know where Yahoo's coming from with this money, but they must have
well,
made a
they've been
giant deal.
trying to break into the stream game because they started showing like exclusive shows.
Oh yeah,
Was it
Community.
I think that they
Yeah,
saved. Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm not that surprised that Yahoo pulled this stunt, and I'm not that surprised that the free ass NFL went along with it. So it,
what does
it's
Yahoo get?
already they're already playing a game in London because they want more money.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I'm guessing. What does Yahoo get? Do they get more money because there's more people using their stream? I'm assuming. Like, is it the same thing
commercial.
as
It's the same way you make money off TV.
oh commercial base?
Big.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I,
think of all the ads that are going to be seen by more people,
right,
shit like that.
right. You know what that reminds me of? Speaking of advertisements and money, I'll tell you about my little rant that I have. My little problem with the NFL is I work second shift at a job. Yeah, this isn't my real job, just to let you know. I do have a day job, but I work at second shift, and uh, lately I've been listening to the postseason of baseball on the radio as I've been working. And actually, how I've been listening to it is I stream it through my phone, and it's been great because I have a radio app. Put it on the app, and right there on the front page it says "Listen now for the ALCS or the NLCS or whatever game is on that game or both." Recently, have been going on, and it's perfect. It's just it's right there. I touch my screen and boom, I'm listening to postseason baseball, and it's great. Now, if I want to listen to the Monday night game or the Thursday night game of football on my phone, that is a hassle and a half. And I don't understand why. Because they could easily just make it a stream through a radio app just like what I'm using and advertise the shit out of it. And guess what? NFL's making money. NFL can make their own streaming app that only applies to whenever games are on, and advertise the shit out of it, and they'll still make money off of it.
Well, I think that they do that actually,
Yeah, they
and
do.
it's
It's
premium
advertised.
though.
It's
You have
advertised,
to
and you have to pay for it on
right.
top of that.
It's a premium service, like $10 a month or something,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, you that's bullshit.
I can get the NFL Game Day app where I can watch any game, anytime, whenever I want. That's $122 a year. Like, who the fuck wants to pay that?
You've already got it on local radio stations, and then they block them from letting them put the audio on like their mobile site. You
Yeah,
know,
and
you
I don't understand that. It just doesn't make any sense to me because there's money just sitting there. I mean, just absolutely sitting there. And instead of just make it a free stream, just like the radio, you know, that you could advertise it and make money off of it, but instead we're talking about the NFL. They make billions and billions of dollars, not just in general, like per year. They make multiple billions of dollars. You can't spend a little money to allow free streaming, like through your phone for radio purposes.
right? And just make money off the ad revenue like they've always done.
Yeah, it just I don't know. It just seems weird. I guess even going back to with the Yahoo thing, I mean, the NFL knew that this isn't going to be a high, profile game. This isn't like I don't know what game is coming. The Patriots and the Jets. That's probably going to be a big game coming up, like for this week and everything. A lot of people are going to be watching, especially in the AFC East, division. Like everybody is going to want to watch to see if they can take down the Patriots for taking
Yeah.
the throne of the AFC East. I know I will, and it just kind of doesn't make it makes sense that the NFL realizes that hey, this London game, not too many people are invested into it. So hey, if we're gonna not make too much money in ad revenue, at least Yahoo's paying us off. And
Well, you were also talking about something earlier that I think ties into this, the whole NFL in London and the international thing and the access problems. Well, I think you should touch on that, like
oh
here
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. That's also
Uh,
something I really don't understand. So you're gonna integrate the NFL to London, and that's great for everybody around Europe that wants to go see the game, and players get to get a week vacation over in London, and it's kind of fun for everybody in that aspect. But if you're trying to integrate the NFL to London, why can no one in Europe watch NFL games? That's doesn't make any sense. If you want to get people interested in the NFL in Europe, then broadcast NFL in Europe, and they don't do it. So why do people even should care about it? It's like
well,
it's just kind of a. As far as I'm concerned, it makes you even wonder the people who go attend those games. Like for all they know, uh, the Buffalo Bills could be the Super Bowl champions of last year because they don't know that. Well, I actually now that I think about it, I think the Super Bowl is actually broadcast in Europe for whatever reason.
I'm sure it is. Well, it's going to be because Europe is obviously a collection of countries, so they're going to have to work out deals with each individual, country, with the network in each individual country.
Hmm.
And I mean, I don't know that I'm not an expert on the structure of European broadcast networks, means, so I don't know the details of all that. But I do know that it's not going to be like, oh, here's the Europe channel, like it's
Yeah.
not going to be that easy. So, like, I think it might be more widespread available in England, maybe than some of the other countries. But and some of that's going to be they're going to have to convince these networks that it's worth their time, I guess, making
Yeah.
the deal. So it is kind of funny that that there isn't much access. If they want it to grow, they're going to have to get it on some kind of like the UFC is actually a good example of a company that grew in fairly recent memory. Like they were on Spike TV, and they worked out a deal where they expanded to like a channel called Versus. They were having some broadcasts on, and then eventually they worked their way up, and now they're on Fox.
Yeah.
They're on a major network. They have to slowly build and convince these bigger networks that it's profitable. But if people don't even know, like from what you talked to I've actually talked to someone too about this one. I think it was in Germany, and it's like maybe on a network, but it's like on some obscure network. It's like no one has.
Right.
So it's really hard to follow and watch, and even give a shit about, frankly. So I guess that just needs a lot of work. There's a long way to go, I guess, in Europe. If that's really their intention of making it just as big there, or as close to as big there as it is here.
Yeah, I I guess like for the NFL's benefit of the doubt, it's not like they're gonna go broke if this whole Yahoo thing is a flop. Like realistically, they can afford to lose money
Right.
on this investment. So if they want to experiment around with it, I guess that's fine. But I
Well,
think
I don't think they're even gonna lose any money on it because, like you said, Yahoo probably paid them out the ass to even keep
yeah,
this
that's
deal.
that's true.
So,
And
you know,
uh, I guess when it comes down to is, I think we both are in agreement with this being just fans in general that I hope that Yahoo loses out money then because I don't want Yahoo to buy out airtime from the NFL anymore. Keep it the
right,
same. Keep it ESPN, um, CBS, Fox, NBC. Just keep it on
right.
those.
Just put put the goddamn games on television.
Yeah, and that's it's simple as that. I do like what you said. I like the streaming as an option. I do enjoy it. I think that is good
Yeah,
because what if you're not by TV, or what if you're just in some circumstance? I'm sure people in really big cities, if they gotta go just somewhere that has Wi-Fi and they have their laptop because they can't find someone with a TV. Although you could go to any bar with a TV and they'll have the game on. So
right.
I guess it's hard to. Anybody who doesn't want to drink at noon, I suppose, and want to watch football.
Yeah.
It is a nice convenience, but not the only option for us to have as a media source. It's kind of too much to ask for, I guess. And that sounds, I don't know. It sounds like weird to complain. It's like, well, we don't want games in London. I'm not necessarily saying I don't want games in London. If you're gonna have it in London, I personally actually love that games are in London because that means that we get to start watching football at 8:30 in the morning instead of starting at noon, and that's great. That's great as a fan.
Not if you had a long Saturday night.
It's your own fault then. or
For having a life.
yeah, well, or if you have to
uh,
work late, I suppose. No, I think if you're gonna be a true fan, you just go straight through Saturday, no sleep. You watch Sunday football at 8:30, and you start rallying again by noon. That's what you have
let's
to
just
do.
have games on all the time. Hell, put the China game on at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
All the time. Oh, you need to set your fantasy lineup? Well, fuck you. Too late. It started.
Yeah, you always
Better
have
keep
that.
track of what's
You always
going
have that
on.
one game that you have to set before you fall asleep. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Right. It sometimes is the noon game for me. But
That is a
which makes it like basically every game
that's a real
except for.
story. There has been many times I remember that I like barely set something up by 11:30 because that's what time I woke up on Sunday.
I'll
Anyway,
set an alarm for like 11:45 just to make sure I'm up for these games.
oh definitely.
Straight up. Sometimes I snooze it till like 11:55, and I'm like, all right, you gotta get up. It's time to watch football. Oh yeah.
I think we're definitely getting way off topic here. That's all
It's
right.
cool.
That's cool. It's fine.
We started off angry and annoyed, and we ended happy. We got it out of our system.
Yeah, well, that's good. I like ending these on a happy note at least. So definitely, give us your 2 cents on this. How do you feel about this Yahoo streaming? How do you feel about the radio streaming? And I guess maybe that's just a me thing. You could just, if you disagree, be like, Kyle, shut the fuck
So
up.
you know what? I've noticed it too because like I've been doing a lot more driving recently, and
Hmm.
sometimes it's during these games, and it's like, all right, the Monday night games on ESPN. Why the hell is it not on ESPN radio? Like, doesn't that get like
Yeah.
the most logical conclusion you could make
That's
that it
what
would be on ESPN radio? No,
That's
it's
what
not.
pissed me off the most at work. That I just like, okay, ESPN Radio, and it says right on ESPN Radio, it's like watch the Monday night game, and I'm like, perfect. And I go on there, and it's like, we're sorry, but we're not eligible to share this broadcast. I'm like, what the fuck? How are you gonna copyright something that's through ESPN? It's broadcast on the ESPN channel already. I don't know.
It's ridiculous,
It's
dude.
stupid. It's stupid. And that again, and maybe it's just me. You could flat out tell us if I'm just being a little whiny bitch about it, but it
Tell us what you think. Tell us how you feel about the fact that I referenced Richard Nixon on a football show.
probably the most obscure thing I've heard so far during the show. I think if I don't die, I think with that, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter and leave a comment about everything that you want to share about this whole episode. I'm so happy. I don't care.